Hey, like fans, how's everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a great week. We're getting closer to the weekend. Here to do a video a day ahead of what I normally do. I normally don't start till Friday, but I thought I'd try to get something going. Last one we did was Monday. Wasn't a bad day. We laid 11 wagers, 6 of them paid. We ended up a little bit ahead, which is always nice. Picks were 5 and 3, which was all right as well. But now we're doing a video for Thursday, January 20th, 2022. There are 9 games on the board, so we'll try to go through them quick and make some picks so this doesn't drag on. First game we're going to talk about is Washington and Boston. Boston is 8-2-0 in their last 10 current one-game losing streak. Linus Ullmark listed to be a net for the Bruins playing Washington. That has Samsonov listed to be a net. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10 current one-game winning streak. The Bruins fourth in the Atlantic with 46 points. They had their winning streak halted by the Carolina Hurricanes when they were in town and handed the Bruins a 7-1 loss. Rask, he was yanked after 5 made it past him on 12 shots. Patrice Bergeron with a lone goal for the Bruins. They did have a winning streak going prior to that. They had won 5 in a row, and now they're back home for 3 games, starting with a game against Washington. That sits third in the Metropolitan with 53 points. They also saw action on Tuesday when they took on the Winnipeg Jets, a game that was tied late in the third, and then 26 seconds into overtime, Washington gets the win on a goal from Tom Wilson. Alex Ovechkin, he opened the scoring for the Caps late in the first with number 27. It was the second W for Washington this calendar year. They haven't been as consistent as they were earlier in the season, but they did look good in the game against Winnipeg there. Ovechkin, again, with a 5-game point streak, scoring goals in his last 3 games, just having an incredible season. This is a second of 3 games between these teams. They met earlier in the year when it was a 7-3 final for Boston. TJ Oshie, he should be back in the lineup, and Washington obviously like that. He's listed as day-to-day, but we won't know for sure until tomorrow if he's going to play. Money line plus 130 or 2.3 for Washington, minus 150 or 1.66 for Boston. Over/under set at 5.5. I'm going to start off with the visiting dog, Washington, to win that game. Next one, we've got Dallas playing Buffalo. Buffalo 2-5-3 in their last 10 current one-game winning streak. Aaron Dell listed to be a net. Dallas is 5-5-0 in their last 10 current 3-game losing streak. And I'm not sure if Jake Ottinger is going to start this game or if it's going to be Braden Holtby. Ottinger has started the last 2 starts he's had. He's been yanked in both games. I think it could be Braden Holtby that gets the nod here. We'll find out tomorrow. Buffalo off a division matchup Tuesday when they played Ottawa. A game that was tied at 1 apiece and looked like the Sabres were being outplayed. Then a ruckus on the ice. A lot of the players thought the whistle had been blown, but Mark Jankowski kept going, broke away, and got the go-ahead goal. Dylan Cousins and Alan Tuck also notching goals in that game. Michael Hauser, he stopped 43 of 44 in his season debut, played a great game. Dallas has fell to 6th in the Central now with 38 points and have lost 3 in a row. Tuesday, a 5-3 loss to the last place team, the Montreal Canadiens. Crazy game. Stars outshot the Canadiens 51-22, but just could not get much past Montembeault, who played an amazing game. Joe Pavelski continuing to be the top producer for the team with 6 helpers and 3 goals in his last 5 games. First time teams meet, they will play once more in February. You got to think Dallas is going to come out and win this game. Money line minus 175 or 1.57 for the Stars. Buffalo plus 155 or 2.53. Over/under set at 5.5. I'm going to take Dallas to straighten the ship here and get a win. The visiting favorite, Dallas, is my pick. Next one, Metropolitan Division matchup. We've got Columbus taking on Philadelphia. Philadelphia 1-6-3 in their last 10 with an overtime decision as a streak. Carter Hart listed to be a net for Philly. Columbus, I'm not sure if it's going to be Merzlikins or Korpisalo. We'll find that out tomorrow. They're 3-7-0 in their last 10 current one-game losing streak. The Flyers, they sit 1 point behind Columbus in the division. They had last played the New York Islanders where they were able to get a point. They pushed the game into a shootout. 4-3 was the final. Shots were balanced 34-31 in favor of Philly. 1 for 3 when having the man up. 9 losses straight now. 4 of the 5, though, have just been 1-goal games, and 2 of those have required extra time. So they've been battling, for a depleted roster, they've been battling pretty good and staying in these games. Playing the Blue Jackets, who are in 5th in the division with 35 points. Some separation in this division where the top 4 teams now have over 50 points each. And the bottom 4, they each have kind of in the low to mid 30s. And which Columbus team will show up? I mean, is it the team that played Saturday that got schooled by Florida when they lost 9-2? Or is it a team that played a week ago Thursday when they blanked Carolina 6-0? Blue Jackets, they have and they continue to struggle to find some stability in their play. They win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 2, 3, win 1, all over the place. Neither of these teams, I would say, are healthy right now. I think the edge would go to Columbus, though. Another first meeting between teams. They will meet 3 times this season. Money line, plus 110 or 2.1 for Columbus. Philly favored here, minus 130 or 1.76. Over under set at 6. I kind of like Philly here. I think they might catch Columbus. Columbus could be looking ahead. They're playing on a beginning of a back-to-back. They play Pittsburgh next. I think Philly might get a win here. They desperately need a W, that's for sure. Next one, that pick, Philly's my pick. Next one, Ottawa against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is 8-2-0 in their last 10, current 2-game winning streak. Tristan Jarry listed to be in net for the Penguins. Ottawa has Anton Forsberg listed to be in net. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Pittsburgh, 4th in the Metropolitan with 51 points, played Monday in Vegas. Pittsburgh was down 3-0 after the first period. Then Jason Zucker opened it up for him on a power play goal, 1 of 2 for Zucker. And then Teddy Bluger, Jake Gensel, and Captain Crosby all notching goals and finding the twine. Penguins now 13-2-0 in their last 15. Great team effort to get a W in Vegas. Beginning of back-to-back here. Pittsburgh plays Columbus on Friday. Ottawa played Buffalo, as we already mentioned, on Tuesday, a 3-1 final loss for the Senators in a game where I felt they outplayed the Sabres, just some mistakes, and the outcome was a loss. Before this loss, the Senators had won games against Calgary and Edmonton. Ottawa is always in the game and will pull out some wins for sure, like they did the first time that these teams met, actually, November 13th, when Ottawa ended up on top. They doubled up the Penguins 6-3. This will be the second of 3. Money line, plus 230 or 3.3 for Ottawa, minus 280 or 1.35 for Pittsburgh. That's heavily favored. Over under set at 6. Penguins are healthier. The Penguins are better. The goaltending, I think the advantage has to go to Pittsburgh. And the Penguins are rolling. I got to go Pittsburgh, the favorite, home favorite to win that game. Next one, Central Division matchup number 5. We got Winnipeg taking on Nashville. Nashville 5-3-2 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Saros listed to be in net for the Predators. Winnipeg 5-3-2 in their last 10 with an overtime decision as a streak. Connor Hellebuyck listed to be in net for the Jets. The Preds hit 3rd in the division with 51 points. Tuesday, a game against Vancouver ended in a 3-1 loss for Nashville, their 4th straight loss. Nashville opened scoring in the second with a power play goal from Philip Tomasino, and they outshot Vancouver 32-24, hits 31 apiece. Preds have won 5 straight before this losing streak. 4th in the power play, still at 26%, playing a Winnipeg team that sits 31st in the penalty kill. So, yeah, they're going to want to stay out of the box, that's for sure. Jets 5th in the division with 40 points, 6 games played less than Nashville, though. Jets playing Tuesday when they battled to get a point, but ended up taking a 4-3 loss to Washington. Winnipeg had a 2-0 lead going early in the game. Then the Caps score 3. Jets tie it with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the game to get that point. But then 20 seconds into overtime, Washington ends the game. Another great game. 2 of 3 here. Met earlier in the season, October 23rd, a 6-4 victory for Winnipeg. Saros and Hellebuyck, that was a goalie matchup back on the 23rd of October as well. And it's going to be another hard-fought battle. I think the health edge has to go to Nashville, but it's close. Money line plus 115 or 2.15 for Winnipeg, minus 135 or 1.74 for Nashville, over under set at 5.5. I like the visiting dog. I'm going to go with my Winnipeg Jets to win that game, hand Nashville number 5. Number 6, Florida against Edmonton. Edmonton 2-6-2 in their last 10, current 3-game losing streak. Mikko Koskinen back in net for the Oilers. Florida has Sergei Bobrovsky listed to be in net. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Panthers second in the Atlantic with 57 points and the best goal differential at plus 43, coming off a loss Tuesday against Calgary when Calgary won that game 5-1. Another road loss, a rare area of weakness according to the numbers, where they have a 5-5-5 record. Before the loss to Calgary, the Panthers had won 4 in a row, outscoring their opponents 25-8. Bobrovsky getting the nod here, and he has won his last 4 starts, brings a 19-3-3 record, a .921 save percentage into this game. Now Edmonton, who has fallen and now 7th in the Pacific with 38 points. Saturday, their last game, a 6-4 loss to Ottawa. Oilers have lost 6 straight, lost 8 of the last 10. Still first in the power play at 30.3%. Decent 9th in goals for. You know, the media is so harsh on a team when they're on a skid like this. It's crazy. And when they're in this downfall, and you see the frustration on their players' faces almost every interview, unless, I mean, Koskinen, he's so calm and cool. He made me laugh when I listened to his interview. But yeah, I mean, as a player, you'd have to get frustrated listening to some of these reporters go on and on. And they've had their struggles when it comes to bodies out. I mean, between the pipes, they've had their struggles as well. I think that Koskinen is due for a good game here. This is a first of 2. Money line, Florida's favored here, minus 150 or 1.66. Edmonton, the home dog, at plus 130 or 2.3. Over under set at 6.5. The under actually pays 2.2 or plus 120. I like Edmonton to upset here. I like Edmonton to get in the win column and get a win. This, I mean, if you're going to pick a dog, I don't think you can pick a dog that has more like actual physical talent than the Edmonton Oilers. And like I said, I think Koskinen's due for a good game. And if you're going to catch Florida, it's probably going to be on the road. So I'm going to go to Edmonton to win this game, and I'm going to go to the under as well. That's what I'm going to do. Next game, number 7, Colorado against the LA Kings. LA Kings 6-4-0 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Jonathan Quick back in net against Colorado that has Darcy Kemper confirmed to be in net. They're 9-0-1 in the last 10, current 4-game winning streak. The LA Kings, second in the Pacific, played Tuesday against the defending champs, ended up a 6-4 win final for Tampa, handing LA their second straight loss, a 6-2 loss to San Jose before. Quick to be in between the pipes here, and he will be looking for a better outcome than his last game. He was in net against that San Jose loss when he faced 17 shots and 6 found the twine. Even though Tampa game was a loss, it was a much improved game for the LA Kings compared to that San Jose game. Colorado on the tail end of a back-to-back after playing a late game against Anaheim, a low-scoring final 2-0 for the Avalanche. Francois with a 34-save shutout. Kadri now with a 10-game point streak, notching another goal and a helper. Highlight of the game was that fight between McDermott and Deslauriers. If you haven't seen it, you got to look it up. Definitely a barn burner. I mean, throwing some bombs, some good connection. Best fight of the season I've seen, absolutely, for sure. Avalanche with the best last 10 currently in the league right now, sitting first in the Central with 55 points and building a little breathing room. First and 3 between these two teams. Money line, minus 200, Colorado or 1.5. The LA Kings plus 170 or 2.7. Over under set at 6. You know, I wanted to go another dog here. I was going to go LA, but I watched a good part of that game with the Avalanche, and the talent is just unbelievable on that team. I got to go the Avalanche. I got to go Colorado. That's my pick. Number 8, Montreal against Vegas. Vegas 4-4-2 in their last 10. Current one-game losing streak. Robin Leonard listed to be in net for the Knights. Montreal, Sam Moltenblow listed to be in net. They're 2-6-2 in their last 10. Current one-game winning streak. Vegas hanging on to first place in the Pacific with 48 points. Last played Monday against Pittsburgh, which we already touched on. The Knights had a 3-0 lead after the first period, but then lost that lead, and it ended in a 5-3 loss for the Knights. They have lost 5 of the last 6. Goals for, they still sit 6th. Home record this season so far, 12-10-2. Playing the last place team of the Atlantic Division with 21 points. Last place in the league. The worst goal differential in the league at a -56 off a rare win on Tuesday when it was a 5-3 final victory for the Canadiens over Dallas. Some may say that Moltenblow won that game. He stopped 48 of 51 in that performance. Montreal still one of the teams with the most bodies out. It'll be good to see how Moltenblow follows this up. That last performance was unbelievable, right? So can he do it again? That's the question. I think it'll be tough going against Vegas. This concludes the series between these teams. November 6th, a 5-2 win for Vegas. And Vegas is going to come out hard here and try to turn things around, looking for their second win of the year. Money line plus 280 or 3.8 for Montreal. Vegas heavily favored, as they should be, minus 360 or 1.27. Over under set at 6. You could even look at Vegas on the puck line here, but I'll just go the money line. Vegas to win the game. That's my pick. Now, last one, Pacific matchup, number 9. We've got the San Jose Sharks taking on the Seattle Kraken. The Kraken have Philip Grubauer listed to be in net. They're 1-8-1 in their last 10. Current one-game winning streak. Playing San Jose, also on a one-game winning streak, 6-3-1 in their last 10. Aiden Hill listed to be in net. Seattle last played Monday, a 3-2 shootout victory over Chicago. It was the first W of the calendar year. A better game from Grubauer for sure, who stopped 25 of 27, a .926 save percentage. A sign of life from a team that had lost 9 in a row. They outshot the Hawks 37-27, yet they were 0 for 3 on the power play and gave up one when down a man. Battled though and found the win. Ryan Donato and Jonas Donskoy with goals in the shootout to seal the win. San Jose has quietly climbed into 4th in the Pacific with 44 points. 4 points behind the first place team, Vegas. Played Monday when they had a dominating 6-2 win over LA. Timo Meier with a huge night, scoring a pair of power play goals and 3 when 5-on-5. 5 goals in the game. Hurdle with 4 helpers. Carlson with 3 helpers. James Reimer strong between the pipes, stopping 39 of 41, a .951 save percentage. And we spoke about this one earlier, right? And it was kind of an odd game. I mean, San Jose, they were outshot by LA 41-17. Quick just bombed on that game. It was crazy. This will be the second of 4 between these teams. December 14th, the Kraken won when on the road. A 3-1 win in San Jose for Seattle. Money line minus 105 or 1.95 for San Jose, minus 115 or 1.86 for Seattle. Over under set at 5.5. I'm going to go Seattle to get another win at home. That's my pick. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go my best bet. It's crazy. I know people will say I'm crazy, but Edmonton's my best bet to upset Florida. I'm going to go 5 there, and then I'm going to parlay the 2 W's, Washington and Winnipeg. And then I'm going to do a single bet on Philly for 3. And then I'm also going to do the under Edmonton, Florida game, under 6.5. And I'll do 3 there as well. So 5 on the best bet, the parlay 2, 2, and 2. And then 2 single bets, Philly 3 and the under 6.5. Edmonton, Florida game 3 as well. Seattle to beat San Jose. Vegas to beat Montreal. Colorado to beat LA. Edmonton to beat Florida. Winnipeg to beat Nashville. Pittsburgh to beat Ottawa, Philly to beat Columbus, Dallas to beat Buffalo, Washington to beat Boston. Hope everyone has a great Thursday. Watch some hockey. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.